Panther here. This is the first script I wrote in like a month or two. I'm so lazy. Please subscribe. I will still slack off even if you do though. Side note, it's been months since I started writing this and there are like 10 other games I haven't made into a video. Well anyway, I'll review 2 games here. One that I finished like a month or something ago, and one I finished recently at time of writing. One that I found pretty fucking boring, and another pretty damn fun. First game is Yes My Lord. The game's story is one that invokes despair upon the reader. Despair over how fucking boring it is. You're some dude who's out drinking after getting kicked out of school for being too smart, when you suddenly get isekai'd. I don't really see the point of isekai here. Protag's original world is already a world with magic and shit. Anyway, you wake up in a weird castle or something and get chased by rabid wolves when you use your knowledge of necromancy and necromance the suspiciously hot babe of a corpse you happen to find. You see what I did there? Necromance? Anyway, your new zombie waifu proceeds to make quick work of the wolves. Except if you use the deadly difficulty like me, then those wolves are pretty tanky and take quite a while to beat. Eventually you see the world outside, and it's all destroyed and full of zombies or something. You find memories of the people who lived here who died protecting the kingdom and whatnot. The protags are like, oh how sad, oh how noble of them, and I can't stress enough about how little I care about this shit. The plot takes itself a bit too seriously despite being lame. Essentially, it's just the world's fucked, Dark Souls style, and you do your part in maybe unfucking it. Your zombie waifu is also pretty lame. Her original name is Illumina So Ray Lucent, but the protag's like, yikes, that's too hard, and nicknames her Kagaribi, which means bonfire in Japanese. Fuck me, that doesn't sound good. She's the emotionless kind of girl that's obedient as hell to the protagonist. For some reason, she gets more emotions as you progress the story. She evolves from a boring character to a boring character who likes you. The main villain's a mess as well. She kinda wants to destroy the world, but she kinda doesn't want to. She also wants to fuck you, I guess. Anyway, the story and the characters are lame. Very lame. Gameplay is pretty interesting though. It's turn-based combat, yes, but with combo inputs. When it's your turn, you mash your directional keys followed by the confirm button to unleash the moves you set to those buttons, to build up combo hits against your foes. And there's a skill that increases your damage when you hit certain number of hits. Of course, if we ignore the fancy input system, it doesn't really differ much from standard turn-based combat, huh? Leveling here is also interesting. Levels only raise your HP and guard points. The other stats increase randomly during combat. As you attack foes, your attack stats may randomly increase. As you get attacked, your defense stats may randomly increase. It's pretty funny when you find a boss and you just defend against its attacks to grind your defense until you're only taking 0 damage. Recently I've thought that maybe I should give some gameplay footage. So here you go. The sex scenes. Oh, this is where the good shit is at. If you want to play this game with the mindset of wanting the sex. Yes, desire it. The sex is good here. Whoa! Anyway, some of the scenes are animated. Oh, yes, very cool. Very delicious. Your girl Kagaribi here may be a fucking boring character, but she sure is hot. Not to mention the spicy costume she gets. which are the nun, the assassin, and the catmate. Unfortunately, catmates don't really elicit much reaction from me. Anyway, Sexxo. And there's a threesome scene. On to the second game, From Frontier. Oh yeah, this game is made by the same devs as Yes My Lord, the one I reviewed in the 23rd Kulturkampf. Wait a minute, that's this episode. But the fuckers didn't put their company name on the title screen or the initial loading screen. Are they ashamed of this game or something? Because they really shouldn't be. This is a pretty good game. The plot. You are editable player name. His default name is Auru, which supposedly is Japanglish for owl. You got a job offer to help colonize a new undeveloped continent, and your girlfriend refuses to join you, saying something along the lines of, "Just because I slept with you doesn't mean I'm your girlfriend." Her name is Rusty, by the way. What kind of fucking name is that? That sounds more like the name of a talking truck or something. Anyway, you were walking alone and depressed after breaking up, when by the grace of RNG, you crash into none other than the second princess of the Demon Kingdom, who is running away from home because she's at that rebellious age or something. Lo and behold, she agrees to join you colonize the new continent, and you call her Rusty for administrative purposes, which isn't weird at all. Her real name is Drossel, Feganrite or something. I'm certain about the Drossel part. You won't get reminded of that name until pretty late in the game anyway. After that, colonize the Americas, new continent, meet a lot of non-human girls, and maybe make a harem at some point. The game is mostly standard RPG, but it offers something I personally never seen before. RNG-based leveling. Now, at first my reaction to, when you win a battle, your character has an X% chance of leveling up was, when I send you to prison, your asshole will also be X% wider. But after trying it out, I think it might actually be a pretty novel idea, if somewhat exploitable. Sure, you can maul against a strong foe for a high chance of leveling up, but apparently, even small fry battles you can finish by holding the enter button also has a chance of leveling you up. After a long session of grinding affection points and gold by genociding the local ant population, my editable player name was like level 90, while the super bosses I've yet to fight at that point had a recommended level of around 30. Levels don't increase your stats, but gives you skill points that you spend to buy skills and the actual stats. They're pretty bloody expensive. If I remember correctly, you need 7 levels worth of points to fully upgrade a skill. Anyway, I played on the deadly difficulty as well, resulting in me getting slaughtered a few times by the local bunny population before getting some lucky level ups. There's also crafting with enemy drops, so yeah, some grinding is warranted. Though I must say that the secret boss here is really powerful. Like, absurdly powerful. Like, hideously fucking powerful as fucking shit. Maybe it's my fault for picking deadly difficulty. The only reason I won that one time was because of a glitch, I think. When my harpy girl fucking countered the dude's MP draining attack and maybe from an underflow or something, did like 50,000 damage to him, instantly killing him. My biggest gripe for this game has got to be the endings. Each heroine has her own ending. There is no harem ending, which is a fucking sin. You can't just have the protagonist fuck like 10 girls and not give us a harem ending. That should be against the law. Every ending other than Drossel's is a fucking mess. Those endings ditch the plot and unleash random bullshit go, as it unveils a villain we've never heard about before. Well, technically, one of those endings is a harem ending, but you can't call a single heroine who cloned herself a dozen times a harem ending. Anyway, sex scenes, they're pretty standard. They're all pretty sweet, especially if you like the girl involved in the scene. How about I use this opportunity to talk about how I like the girls here, compared to the girl in Yes My Lord. Their personalities are fun. The banters are fun. Well, maybe it's due to the pretty lighthearted nature of the game, where relatively few things are taken seriously. Most of the climaxes in the heroine routes are attempts to make serious crises, and they all kinda suck, with Drossel's route being the only exception, cause she's the main heroine. Maybe these devs just suck at making serious situations. Maybe they're just better at writing lighthearted fun stuff. Anyway, 2 fantasy RPG games by the same dev. What the fuck are you guys called again? I don't know. One has good porn and terrible plot. Subjective of course. The other has okay porn and a pretty fun plot, ignoring most of the endings. I definitely recommend From Frontier. And I definitely recommend playing Yes My Lord with the gallery fully unlocked. Yo, Panther here, finally another video. I hope to make these a bit more regularly now, so stay tuned. Oh yeah, please like and subscribe if you're willing. Okay, thanks, bye.